This week in green, Stora Enso, a company in Finland, has built a 10 million euro production facility to produce battery materials from trees. The Finnish designers have discovered that a wood-based material known as lignin can be used to replace graphite, which is the most commonly used anode in a modern-day lithium-ion battery. Lignin is a readily available material that makes up over 30% of the tree's total wood composition, while graphite makes up over 50% and can often be as high as 95% of the average lithium-ion battery, and it needs to be mined, which adds to the carbon footprint of electric cars, phones, and renewable energy storage. By replacing graphite with lignite, we can literally remove carbon from the atmosphere by growing trees to reduce more than half of the carbon-intensive mining demand for renewable energy. When told that humans could use up to 20 million tons of lignite for renewable energy in the next 10 years, Treebeard, Lord of the Ent, stated,
"We have had an Ent moot, and we have decided that we are going to start producing fertilizer from renewable human carcass meat."
It's my best Treebeard beard I've got.
I think it was fantastic.
I've got to work on Treebeard a little bit. But
I think it was great. That's what he sounds like.
I thought, if Treebeard was asked about this, he'd be like, "What the heck? Like, you're killing trees." I mean, you saw what he did when
Which book?
Oh, it's in the second book.
You would know. You've
It's
read
in the
all
second
of them.
book. I know, but I'm forgetting everything. I'm forgetting everything these days.
Well, you know what? They're
I
big
can't
books.
see. I'm forgetting. COVID has destroyed me.
So sorry.
But basically, it's kind of the number 2 bad guy wizard in the whole story, and he's got his 2 towers, and he's there's 2. He's got the bad tower, then there's also the good tower. But he's in his tower, and he's trying to like destroy everything, and the trees decide we're going to take you out, and they totally demolish everything that he's working on. Anyway, so Treebeard can get angry if the circumstance calls for it.
Yeah.
And I think that this might be a circumstance where Treebeard might be like, "What the heck, man?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So we're just going to kill trees and no big deal. Who cares, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, and I'm glad you chose to do Treebeard. And I think that your voice of Treebeard was pretty spot on because here's the thing: it was a book first, then a movie. It's true. So really, it could be anything.
It's how did I imagine it when I read it?
Exactly.
Because I did read it before I saw it.
Like if you'd started and gone like, "If a renewable human carcass meat," I think that maybe
that wouldn't be so
Treebeard.
Treebeard.
Be like, I don't know if anybody
would
read
lack
it.
wisdom.
I mean, unless there's a large chipmunk Lord of the Rings group.
Look, they're making a new Lord of the Rings series, I think, based on the Silmarillion right now, and we could meet a chipmunk. It's possible. Anything is possible in Lord of the Rings.
Anything is possible.
In Middle Earth, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, no, that's an interesting story, though.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting. All joking aside, I think it's a really kind of a potentially good idea. They claim that they're using only sustainable trees to do the job, which is really good. So like they're finding parts of the forest where they can take the trees without destroying the entire forest, and where the trees can then regrow and more of them can absorb some carbon dioxide, which would be really great.
Lovely.
I was actually thinking, we talked in the past about Christmas trees and how you grow Christmas trees to how it isn't as bad for the environment as one would think, because you're actually reducing carbon by growing the trees before you put it in your house, and then as long as they're removed properly, it's no big deal, right? So I thought that could be an interesting thing if trees for Christmas were then turned into batteries. That might be kind of a neat second life for a tree.
Christmas tree batteries?
Christmas tree batteries. This is my thought. This is something I thought we kind of neat. But another kind of interesting talking point that I found is that 90% of the graphite that is produced on Earth is controlled by China. In fact, a lot of it's actually produced in China. And the only issue with that is that China is not really where a lot of them are then later sent. Wow. So like a lot of the batteries in cars and everything else, they end up in the US or in Europe or all over the world. Some do stay in China, but a lot of them go elsewhere, right? Yeah. So that means that there's a ton of shipping, and all that shipping has a lot of logistics cost. There's just it's a carbon footprint that's pretty massive. Yeah. And if you were growing trees and getting it from there, then you could literally have you could produce the batteries anywhere, because trees are everywhere.
It's true.
So it's kind of I thought it was an interesting story. I think it's a neat way to go about it. It's kind of cool that this company, Stora Enso, is working on that. So
I love it.
There you go.
Great story.
We'll have more for you soon.